Hello, everyone. Welcome. I know I can't believe it is almost time to go back to school. And I know us teachers, we might not be ready, but getting our planners ready is at least something fun and exciting that we can do to get ready for the school year. And so I wanted to kind of show you my setup and we can just talk about some fun and cool ways to be prepared and ready for the year ahead. I'm excited to get started this year. I know there was a lot of changes last year, and so this is going to be a fun school year for sure. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and I'm actually going to go ahead and switch to the overhead, guys. So let's move this back over. All right, and I'm actually going to be setting up my teacher planner with you guys. Now, there's a couple different ways you can get your teacher planner at Michael's. You can get a standalone planner, but there's also some really cool planner box kits that come with stickers and washi and the bookmarks, which I love. So these are options as well. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to go ahead and open it up. So it's got a fun space for you to set up and put your name in your school, in your classroom. Another thing I want to mention too is there are a lot of, different teachers. We teach a lot of different things. Some of us may teach multiple classes a day. Some of us may have pretty much the same. So I'll kind of talk about different ways to do all of those, but I'd love to hear your ideas as well. I'll try to keep an eye on that chat, but also at the end, I'm going to open it up for questions. So if anything comes up, you can put it in the chat, but also you can ask me at the end. If there's something that comes up and you're like, whoa, Marielle, slow down. Our moderator will be able to kind of stop me and give me a heads up and ask any questions that you guys may have as well. Okay, so the first part of all of the teacher planners is that they have this academic calendar. What I like to do for mine, I actually print out I work in one school district and my children go in another. What I like to do is print out the school district's calendars, and I like to just highlight on here with a highlighter what days. So I kind of do a color code, one for my school, one for my children's school. You could even do, a circle, a square, however you want to kind of differentiate between the two. But I like to differentiate holidays and the staff development days. That way I know when my kids are off and when I'm working, and just be able to see everything at a glance instead of flipping through each month to see what's going on. This is the one spot that I can see it. So I usually go through. So let's see, for us, I am in service starting on the 16th. So I might just highlight that whole week and then use another color. For my kids, they actually start this day, and my school starts this day. So I love to just be able to go through and see everything that's going on just in one spot. Another wonderful thing about the Happy Planner is that you can add pages in. The teacher planners come in both classic and this big size. This big size has 11 rings. I think the classic has 9, so it's a little shorter. I love to use the big as my teacher planner because that way I can add pages in and they're going to be exactly the right size. So these pages are all 8.5 by 11. So if you've got your punch, I also like to go ahead and line this up, punch it, and put this in the front of the planner as well. This way I've got these handy for some of the extra things that I'm not marking on my view at a glance. So I've got these ready to go. Okay, this page is a substitute page. So it's got, your schedule, your reliable students, your reliable teachers and all the information that you might need for a sub. I've seen a lot of people do some really neat custom things with this. For me, I actually teach preschool. So for us, we have very specific schedules with, our specials and everything. So for me, I would probably print out or write out just my actual schedule and put that here. Another tip that I would say when I'm filling out anything in a teacher planner is one, I don't know if you guys are like me, things change. Things at our school change, things change all the time. And instead of, crossing out, I love to use pens or pencils that are erasable. So I know at Michael's you can pick up the friction pens. I don't know if you guys have used these, but they really make it easy to be able to write in your planner. You might need to change who some of these reliable students are. I'm totally kidding. But let's just say I put, Susan, and she's not, she ends up not at our school any longer. It's easy to remove it. Look at that, it's like magic. So these friction pens, I love them for planning, even in my monthly and just daily plans for school. All right, so this is what I use this page and I kind of fill it out that way. All right, these again are some of my favorite pages to use. They're very similar to those years at a the year at a glance, but it's a little more detail where I can add more information. I have seen these used in so many different ways. I'd love to hear how you guys are using them as well. I've seen them be used to track the professional development. So if you've got classes or things that you need to take, you can track those here as well. I like to use them to track, we have different units that we do that kind of guide the lesson plan. So I like to mark, all your weekends are shaded. I like to take the Sunday because I don't have school on Sunday, but that's kind of where I use my headers for the different classes or the different units. And that kind of keeps me, being able to easily reference and create the lesson plans. So let's say our first one, when we start school, it's going to be here. So this week is like the whole school routine that we might learn. And then I set up, so I mark it like that. I like to do that for my headers for each week. So I can easily see the whole year and see what we're working on, as well as special days. Like let's say we are doing a, let's see, on the 20, we've got like a farm unit. This might be our farm unit. And we've got a special, a farmer coming to visit. I can put that. Any field trips, anything like that, any meet the teacher. I like to have those, as well as holidays. So these, again, for me, just have it all in one place where I can see what's going on throughout the year. So that's how I like to use this space. Again, though, what I love about it is you can use it for anything that works for you. All right, so then we go to our notes, our focus, birthdays. This is a great place to put your faculty as well as your students' birthdays. And I can set that up ahead of time and put for each month. I can go in and put the birthdays and the things that are happening in that month. So for my actual weekly, again, I'm all about using my friction pens, and Michael's has some amazing teacher sticker books. I don't know. These to me are like the school supplies. I love school supply shopping. This is like my school supplies. I love teacher stickers. So it's so much fun to get the different teacher stickers, and I like to decorate, but they're not just pretty, they're very functional for me as well. And just kind of help me plan and look at the month ahead, as well as each week. So let's see. So let's say if we were doing this week, a lot of times what I like to do, I like to use a lot of the different functional boxes. And one tip that I would say that I do a lot is if you've got something that spans multiple days, like let's say this is our in-service week. Instead of writing, in service every single day, I love to use washi for those types of things and kind of have it go across and just kind of, it makes it easy to look at your calendar and your week at a time. So let's say for this in-service week, I might do this. Let's see. And I can rip that washi and keep going across here. There we go. And then I can just add, I could write on top of that in service. So I can do that here. And that can kind of note what we've got going on for that whole week instead of writing it down every single time. Also, there's some really great functional stickers like that first, for example, this first week for us, since we've got littles, is an early dismissal for that first week. And again, instead of putting that sticker multiple times, I'm going to use it kind of coming off of here, just to note that we've got early dismissal all of this week. Okay. So you can use them for your stickers as well. And we're going to kind of put some first day of school. I like to decorate. I love stickers. I'm a sticker person. So I love to decorate, and it just makes it fun for me and fun for me to look at my plans. So I've got, we've got birthdays. There's also some tips, like let's say you've got papers to grade. Okay, we probably won't have that right away, but here, we'll do it over here. If you've got that on Thursdays, if you're doing a paper, like you could have things due, tests, there's so many different fun stickers, but they just keep it functional as well. So yes, they're pretty, but they also help keep me organized on what I need to do. So let's say like if you're doing, let's look at some of these. Let's say you've got, let's say we're going to do a field trip on this Friday, and we're doing a test over here. It just keeps me organized. And also a lot of times too, I like to use the same sticker maybe throughout the month, so I can very easily see like, okay, if I see all of these, let's say blue dots, I know they're tests. Another way too is you can use from multiple sticker books. Maybe the blue dots are all going to be your math tests, or the the tests out of this one, or you're going to give homework. Here's some homework stickers. I love to do these just to keep it pretty, but also it's also functional. Another, let's see, thing I like to do in my teacher planner. So when I'm setting this up, I go ahead, and sometimes we might not have all of this detail yet, but I do go ahead and set up everything that I can. So what I like to do is set up all of the like the units and the different things, as well as all of the important days. So I'll go through each month and set those up as well. There's also a bunch of these. Let's see. Let me find some in here. These as well that have room for things. A lot of times I might use these in my weeklies. So I like to set those up and you can put the subject and what the test was in or what your quiz was in. All right, let's look at some weeklies now before we get to the rest of our setup. Okay, so this is the classic teacher layout. You don't have to use a teacher layout. There's verticals, there's color blocks, there's so many things, and really it's doing what works best for you. This teacher layout though, I feel I actually love it, even using it for personal, because I like that there's, the lines to write in. as well as multiple columns and different options that you can do. So the way this is set up is it's got the days of the week on the side, and then this is blank up here that you can really customize to do whatever works for you. So for example, if you are a, let's say you're an elementary school teacher and you teach multiple different subjects. So you could have, math, reading, special, like all the different things that you have across. You can actually have a column for each one and lesson plan. So that could be a way that you set yours up. And then as you go through the week, you can put all of your separate plans and focus in and narrow down, what you are doing that week. For someone like me, sometimes something like this is a lot more squares than I need. So the way that I actually love to use this page, I'm going to kind of show you the way that I would set it up. I'm a teacher who does not have multiple subjects. I teach preschool. And so there are some key different things that I will track on here. But a lot of times, like let's say I might have, I'm going to put sensory, like we might do different sensory activities. I could have reading, like different books that we're going to read. And I could have the, trying to think, artwork that we're going to do. Okay, so let's say I've got those 3 subjects. Then I can drill down each day with what actual lesson plans I'm going to do. And, I can put, maybe in the sensory bin, we're going to have a water activity. And I can put, let's see, color blending. And I can put notes on what the activity is. I can talk about the different books that we're going to read. Let's say we were going to do an Eric Carle. But like we can go through and write down all of the different things. And then if something changes and I'm like, oh, we're not reading this book, it's very easy for me to move the different things around that I need to. Yeah. So I like to do it like this. What I do then for this half of the page is I customize it to kind of do something that works better for me. In the past, I've done it where it's some to-dos and maybe some other things for the week. But what I'm thinking of trying for this year, I'm actually going to divide it into 2. So I'm going to use my washi here. I'm just going to put it right down the middle here. Like that. Okay. And let's see, I think I saw in one of these books, where was it? There was some really good stickers that had, and again, you can make it kind of your own. Where was it?
Ariel, could you show us what sticker books you're using for this?
Sure.
Please.
This is the Fresh Start. This is a new one, and it actually matches this kit. The Teaching is My Jam, which is awesome. So this one it's a really great book. It's got functional. So let's say I need to use bullet points, and that's kind of what these 2 are. And a tip I will give when using bullet points, I love to use a clay. They used to be called paper piercers, but now they use these, I know, a lot for clay and different, female clay work. It's a piercer, but I use them a lot of times for these bullets. So let's say they're harder to see, I know, on your sheet, but there are little circles on here. I'm going to just grab one. Can you see that? Oops. So they match all the stickers in here, but I like to use these for color coding. I could put, sensory. I could do a different one, for my reading here. So I love using this for placing those teeny tiny stickers that are hard to grab, because me trying to grab them, I'm not so good at that. So this is my little tip for all of those tiny bullet points. So this book's got bullet points. We've also got this on go. Again, I know it's harder to see, but you've also got lines like this, kind of like almost like washi. You see those strips? And those are good. Like we used the washi for marking different things across multiple days. I love to use those. But then it's got some fun, just quotes. I love to add little inspirational quotes and things like that in my planner just to keep it fun and keep it positive to get us through the week, right? There could be a quote of the day. This might be actually something fun to use. You could even do it and attribute it to a student as well. Like let's say, I'll put this in the week. I'm going to put it kind of on this side column. Let's say a kid said something fun or funny or something that might motivate you, and you can mark it there with their name. I think that'd be so fun, and it'd be something that you can remember to add into like a status report or something. So that would actually be fun. You could even add a sheet and create something like that. So there's just so many things. There's appointments. If you've got appointments that you've got going on, important things, like we might have something that, let's say we've got something that has to go home or a permission slip that we need. These are designed to fit perfectly in these boxes. So they're really great to kind of highlight and draw your attention and like, oh, don't forget, I need to get this done. So again, there's just tons of different things, your top priority for the day. I could actually, the way that I'm planning on using this, I was dividing this up in more to my to-dos and things I need to copy and prep for the next day. So that's kind of how I'm going to use this side of the page. If you've got classes and things that need to go across, you've got perfect room for that. But for me, I'm really only going to use this side. So I'm actually using this as a prep for the next day. So this might be a sticker that I use over on this side. This, let me grab one. This top priorities sticker. And I can put it as my to-dos for the day so that I can make sure that I get these things done and fill out what I've got going on. And then let's see, you could have your goal. I could have goals for the week. I could have it go along this whole column. So that's the thing. Just because it is something, just the thing is this is so open. And I love all of the different ways that you can use it. So I'm actually going to grab this one. And I might be planning, I'm gonna kind of move it over here. I might put this all over here. And this could be, I could fill in my goal and my top 3 things that I need to do that week, and then notes. Then I could use, I'm trying to find a sticker. Let's say I want to do, like here's another one of those weekly to-dos. I love those types of pages. But there's also things that get you going and through things. So I'm going to use, let's say I'm going to make this. Again, I'm going to grab that little piercer. I love this thing. I use it all the time to grab stickers. It just makes it easy for me to kind of get under there. And it also makes it easy for me to see, where do I want to put this? I might do this as a whole today's priorities. So my Monday priorities, Tuesday priorities, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So this could be all of my priorities, that things I need to get done. So that kind of does that column. And then I could do the next one. I know there was a sticker I wanted to use. Let me find it. There was a really good ones that had different things for prep, and it always happens when I'm on here, right? I should have pulled it so that I can. It always happens when I'm looking for a specific sticker. Are you guys like that? You're like, I know this sticker is here. This one is called Bold School as well. And this one has, again, your test and just different stickers that you can use. I love all the different colors. So the thing is, I'm the type of person, I need all of the stickers because it changes up for me a lot. But if you are, you're like, I love florals, or I love this, specific style, you can create, there's enough stickers in here that you can create the whole year. I'm the type that loves to change it up all the time. So depending on my mood, it might be different stickers and different colors. So this one has, again, I love these boxes and just very classic colors and bright fun. This one is the teacher floral, and this is one of my favorites. It's decorative, but also very functional. So I'm going to kind of flip through that one as well. Like, let's say I love using these, let's say faculty meeting. You might have one of those that you've got for a priority that day. So I can put that there. But I can make it fun and add some decoration as well. But I know there was, I think it's in this one. You've also got your holidays. You can add those in as well. I'm trying to find, there's just so many. If you, and another thing, let's say I know there's stickers that say like prep and all of that, which is what I'm looking for. Let's say I can't find a sticker that I'm looking for. The wonderful thing is I can use the boxes to kind of create my own. So let's say I'm going to grab, let's just do that for this one. There were some cute boxes right here. So I'm kind of going with a blue and red, kind of more classic school. So I'm going to grab this yellow one. And this one is, I might make right here. And I can easily add, these are the copies I need to make. Does it feel like you're always making copies, right? Okay, so then I can just put notes here, like I need to make pages 24 through 36, and I need, 15 copies. Whatever it is. So this kind of would just keep me going. I can see both what I need to, what we're doing the next day, and I can prep everything that I need to do the day before. So again, you don't have to do it this way. That's what I love about this system, is there's so many different ways to set up your daily plans that are, specific to the type of things you're teaching and what you're doing. I've seen so many beautiful teacher layouts as well, where they will, put all of their, to-dos, all of their courses, and then they might just use this last column as a prep. This could be, I could have all my courses at the top, and then I could have this last column be, let's see. Where is it? I saw a cute sticker over here. You could even do, your weekends, you could do whatever you want. But let's see, where is it? Where is it? I'm going to grab one of these. You could just make this last column be all of the to-dos that you need to do, and all of these be your courses with your schedule. It really just depends on what you're teaching and how you can make it your own. Okay, so that's kind of how I set up my actual, calendar, again, with meetings and lesson plans, students' birthdays, and then my weekday I fill with everything that I need to do for the week. And then let's skip here to the back. All of the teacher planners come, let me move all my stickers over. Before I stop showing these, another one that I love is this seasonal type. It is a teacher sticker book, and so it's got things like early release and birthdays and field trips, and they match the themes. So you've got like fall, you've got Christmas, and the winter holiday, and then you've got spring and kind of summer. So you can really have a lot of fun with this. I love seasonal things. And how fun is this? You've got like your 100th day of school, and Hanukkah, Christmas, winter break, snow day, New Year's. And these are great because you've got lesson plan, progress reports, grades due, faculty meetings. And again, these are all seasonal. So I've got all of the different seasons in here. I just think these are a lot of fun. But there are so many stickers that can match your style. So be sure to check out all the amazing stickers at Michael's. Okay. All right. So when I'm setting up, we've got our checklist section. All of the teacher planners come with this amazing checklist, classroom checklist. And there are, again, it's really up to your imagination on what you need to track for this. It comes with multiple pages, but they also sell additional pages in both classic, this one is a colorful one, in both classic and the big size for you to use as well. These classroom checklists are one of my favorite things. I actually love to use them in a ton of other ways. But again, you could use this for I think automatically we go to grades, but there's so many other different things that you can do with them depending on, you know, what you're teaching. So for example, you could even use this as a like classroom seating. If you guys move around, or if you'd like to have a sub or someone know where everyone's at, you could have your child's name, you could have like table and just put which table number they're at and put a check mark. And especially if you need to move or rotate as well. So you can do that, you know, 1 week they're at this table, 1 week they're at that table, and it'll help you keep track. Or jobs. I know in preschool, we've got a lot of jobs. So if you wanted to put all of the different jobs here and the names and make sure we're rotating, that is a really good way to do it. And just keeping track of like papers, or did we get things signed, and all of the different things. I know if you guys like me, you love your checklist, and there's so many different things that you can do with them as well. So this checklist section is one of my favorites. So those are like the standard things that come in your planner. What I love to do is add additional things because of these amazing discs. We can add extra things in. So for example, the box kits, and I know you can get some as well, come with additional items. So let's say they've got bookmarks, stickers, sticky notes. I love having sticky notes in my teacher planner for when I need to write something that I'm not sure what day it's going to fall on. And I don't know, you know, it might move around, or I just need to write a note. I love having sticky notes. So that's something I definitely add to the front of my planner. Now, when you get it, these with any of the kits, they do come, I don't know if you can see that, with the clear plastic, but never fear. If you bought the standalone one like me, you guys save this clear acetate that comes with a lot of your planners. I always save this, and we can kind of craft our own. So what I like to do is I kind of just cut off this end right here. Alrighty, and then I'm going to cut this side. And the wonderful thing about it is it's already pre-punched and ready to go in your planner. Now I can customize this. Let's say I want to make it a little bit smaller. I might just, I'm just going to cut it right here. And I can use a paper rounder, but I'll just round this corner to make it, here we go. I'll round this one down here. I like to use these as well. Like you can put your different, you could add a bunch of sticky notes. Like a lot of times I like to customize the sticky notes that I use. So let's see, let me grab some from a different planner. But you can easily transfer your sticky notes. I'm gonna grab this one off of here. If you want to have a bunch of different types, you can add them on and then have it move with you week to week, or leave it in the front of your planner. So this is something that I really like to do and have handy at all times in my planner, in my teacher planner. Another thing that you can get too are these extension packs. One of the things I love, they come with a bunch of different things. You've got extra weeks if you need them. but they've got dividers, folders, and notes. And those are some of my favorite things to add to the planner. So I might add this bookmark. Let's see, let's actually add it. I usually add it to the back. So after my checklist, I might use, actually, I'm going to grab out a divider. So I might grab, let's see, I will grab this one right here, the first one on there. Okay, so I'm going to make a new section. I like to have notes. I love jotting down notes, and instead of having a whole separate notebook, I like to have a divider and have my notes handy. So if you're in a staff meeting or, you know, you are speaking to a parent or something, you can easily just write something down. I love having a notes section in my teacher planner. So I'm just going to add that on right there. So now I've got another section. Also, if I have, let's say, staff meetings, we always get, you know, our handouts from our staff meetings. I love to punch those as well. We punch these really quick. And I like to put them in, like I'm doing this upside down. I can't see. Okay. I like to punch these and put these in my planner as well so that I've got them referenced whenever I need them. So this punch is one of my favorite things. So I've got all my staff notes as well in here. And I add a divider. A folder as well. That was also in that extension pack. The extension packs have some fun stuff for different things that I might need to put inside of the planner as well. So I usually like to label these, and I like to use the little boxes that are in a lot of there. Or you can, you could even use a dry erase marker. You could use a Sharpie, but sometimes I don't like to permanently do it because I might want to change the name of it. This one's pretty safe, it's notes. So I'll probably just with a Sharpie or something, kind of label that one. And so that I've got everything together. So I've got all of my notes. You could even, if you wanted to have another, dividers, you could have dividers for students. You could expand your rings. That's another option. There's larger rings. You could have it be the chunky teacher planner. I think that's the thing, is the thing with your planner is you can make it what works for you and kind of create something that's perfect to get you through the school year. Another one of my favorites and a must for me is a pen pouch. I love these pen pouches because they just easily snap on to your planner. There we go. There we go. And in mine, I love to keep my highlighters, my pens as well. Another one of my favorite pens that I get at Michael's is this Uniball Signal. I use it a lot of times, almost as whiteout sometimes, and it just kind of keeps everything together. I also have my Tombow whiteout and a little pair of scissors, and I always add some washi in as well. So these are like my must-haves. These are all the things that need to go with me. And it makes it really easy to grab this and be out the door. I know a lot of us have our teacher bags with all of our stuff in it, but this is like my must-have. And it's also easy to just plop it in my bag and have it ready to go. So again, I think my favorite part of the system is being able to create it and use it the way you like. You can also use these bookmarks as well. Instead of dividers, if I want a special section, let's say I want a section, then this is always going to be my notes. I could put this in here as well if it's something that I need to access quickly, and I'll be able to go to that tab really fast. So that is how I am setting up my teacher planner this year. And I'd love to hear any questions or comments you guys have. regarding setting up your planner. There are a ton. I know in the past, people have said like, oh, we need more large size things. And they created a lot of amazing pages that we can add in and really customize. So these pages you can move throughout your week, or how, like I said, have it at the back, like a plan all the things. This is one of my favorites. It has your top 3, some bullet point actions, and then a grid for you to write anything that you like. I like to move these throughout the week as well. So I usually leave some in the back of the planner. And then if I've got something special going on that week, I might use those.
So Maria, we have a question. What
Yes.
items do you usually carry in your pen pouch?
What items are in the pen pouch? My items that I always have in here are, let me pull these out. I use the Sharpie S Gel pens. I just really like the way that they write. They write great on the paper, and I don't have any issues with, bleeding or anything like that. So these are one of my favorites, just for writing. So I'll put that, and those are available online at Michael's. So my Sharpie S Gels. I also love the Zebra mild liners because they come in so many fun colors, and they're really easy to, highlight different things. And it's great for color coding. If you need to color code to keep things kind of straight on your monthly planner, you can do that. And they're just really fun, not your traditional highlighter colors. Another one though that I'm really been looking at this year is the Friction. These come in about, I think, 3 or 4 different colors. And these highlighters are erasable, which is super cool. So you can actually erase it. I mean, that's pretty neat. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to shake the whole table there, but I just really love these as well. There's also Friction ballpoints that come in a number of colors as well. I think colored markers and pens are they're kind of a teacher favorite. We kind of have to have them, right, to keep everything straight. But I'm just going to put that. These, if you have plans, happy plans that move, you can easily erase them as well. I also like to keep whiteout for those things that I don't use my Frictions for. And I keep washi. If I need to, oh, we're going to have a training, it's going to be 3 days, I can easily mark it off. Or if I'm going on vacation for 2 days, I can mark it off. And a small, these are actually, I think they're like embroidery scissors. I like to get these small, tiny scissors and just have them in that pouch for me as well. And then I've got my clay tool here that I use to pick up those tiny stickers. And that's really it. That's what I've got in my bag. This is another one of those, Uniball Signo that I said that I also use sometimes as a white. It's not really designed for whiteout, but I use it as whiteout all the time. And yes, I do teach pre-K. So my littles, again, we don't have, like I said, as many subjects that I do across the top of my planner. So I like to utilize the squares in a bunch of different ways, and keeping me organized. And what I need to prep for the next day is how I'm planning on using it this year. And so if you follow me at Mom and a Girl with Plans on Instagram, I'll be showing throughout the year how that's going and how it's working out. And also, I think it's a lot of times when you're trying out a new system, you've got to kind of live with it a week. And week by week, you'll develop and create what works best for you. So my Instagram it's a long one. It's a Mom and a Girl with Plans, all one word. And that's how you can find me. I do a lot of it's just a lot of planning is what I do. So all different types of planning, memory planning, some teacher planning that we'll be sharing more of this year, as well as my just daily planning. And I'm hoping to start some meal planning and things like that this year. But I'm going to open it up for questions. So I'm going to move this over really quick. Whoop, whoop. Okay, there we go. And we'll switch back to the other. Hey, hi, everybody. All righty. So do we have any questions or even any tips? There are I'm trying to see, I can't see what you guys, I'm trying to see what you're saying in there. But I'd love to hear how you guys are using some of the different things, or if you've got some tips as well. But again, my favorite thing about the Happy Planner system is that it's so customizable, and you can really use it any way that you want, and really make it your own. So like for me, I'm putting all my sticky notes and all the different things in it, and I'll be working week to week. So do you use do you use a cover to cover the disc? I don't. I mean, the way that I'm gonna hold it up, the way that we've got it on here, like these discs, and these things have run through the gamut in my bags. I just kind of throw it in there. And what I love about it too is if you can even add, there's something called a transformer planner. You can add multiple planners together and have different covers. Like let's say you teach really 2 main subjects and you don't want it all in one plan, in a view. I could take, a couple. I could take the back half of this year off. Maybe I don't want to carry all of that around. I could have another section with another cover. I'm just going to do this really quick and then I'll show you guys. Make it fast. I'm just going to put one paper in for now, just to kind of give you an idea. Okay, so let's say this is my my regular planner. Then I can flip to another cover and have another section of things. It makes it easier when you've got these 3 to find different sections. It's almost like a dashboard, but there's some amazing teachers out there with so many wonderful ideas. So be sure to check out Instagram and check out hashtag Teacher Happy Planner, and you can see all of the wonderful inspiration that's out there as well. And
a couple more questions that just came in.
Okay, go ahead. Yes.
One is, what size are the discs?
Okay, these are the classic discs. So these discs are your classic. I want to say it's about 1.25. Or it might be a little smaller. Now, another option that you can do. I'm going to kind of reach behind me. I'm just going to grab some. There aren't. I have lots of discs. I have lots. What was I dropping? Lots of discs. There are other sizes. I'll hold these up to just give you an example. This is an expander disc. So these are larger. If you really want to add a lot of paper and different things in one planner, you can switch to an expander disc. A classic size disc is this large. Whoa, so I'm trying to hold this up. And an expander is large, much larger. So these, you can get a lot of paper and different things on there as well. You could punch out, you could have a section for each student if you want. It's really, again, up to you and how you want to create it. Yeah, I know. I do have a lot of discs. I've been happy planning since 2015. So I've got like a giant collection of discs. So there are options to, all of them do come with a classic size, which for the most part for me works for me. But if you want to add additional things and keep, you may have a need to make it larger, then you can do that as well.
Perfect. So Thanita would like to know, what is your favorite size planner?
My favorite size for teaching is definitely this large size, because I like to be able to punch papers and it fits perfectly in my planner. When I'm going on the go, I like to use a mini planner. Those are 7 discs. They're much smaller. I'm going to show you one of my old ones just for a size comparison. This is an old one, but it's really little. This one I like to shove in my purse, and this just has my personal things and errands and appointments in it. So this one is my on the go planner. I have a lot of, I also have a classic, which is the 9 disc size, this size, and this one is kind of my catch-all planner. There are teacher planners in this size available as well. So if you don't want to have a large, this larger 8.5 by 11 format, you can go with a classic. For me, I like to be able to punch school papers and add them right to the planner. Okay.
So
Other questions?
Jasmine is loving your washi tape collection.
Oh, okay. And if you guys have seen at Michael's, they've got these amazing clear drawers. I love them so I can see everything, because before I used to keep all of my washi just like in a drawer and I didn't use it. I would buy it because it was pretty and then I'd forget to use it. So having it out in these clear drawers and being able to open it and have easy access to it is one of my favorite things. So those clear drawers you can get at Michael's. There's so many organizations, as well as this is another one of my favorites. This is the Hudson cart at Michael's. It's got 3 rows of, well, I put stickers in mine, but you can put anything in it. And that's another one of my favorite organizational tools.
Perfect. So Jessica says, you mentioned Transformer Planner. What does that mean?
So Transformer Planner is just a name that people kind of came up with. And what they do is it's where they attach more than one planner together. Kind of think like a Franken planner, almost like you're adding pieces from different planners. So what they do is they might take, like I said, they are going to have like, this is one planner, right? Let's say I want to add, a lot of times people will do it like, let's say a wellness planner. In this case, maybe you teach, I don't know, you could be a teacher that goes to different schools and you need a section for one school and another section for your other school, because you don't want to mix it up, but you don't want to carry around 2 planners. What you can do, and this may or may not work because I didn't change all my disc expanders. I'm just going to kind of show you. What people do is they basically attach a new cover as well as a, whatever the pieces that they're adding, and then they'll add the back cover. So at any time, depending on how they open and close it, I think there's videos that you can watch on how they will have a complete planner. So right now, I might be able to do it. So like right now, this says teaching is my jam. I've got this cover on the back, right? I need to go to this section. There, I've got this planner. Okay, well now I want to go to my other one. I just grab that cover, that whole little planner, flip it around, and now I'm back at this planner. So it's basically a transformer planner is where you have more than one planner on the same set of discs. Instead of carrying 2 around, you can just very easily, and it's like having a whole separate planner. Any other questions?
Looking through the chat.
Okay.
Could you quickly mention what's the name of the tool for making the holes on the sides of the paper?
Yes, this is it's the Happy Planner Punch, and it's on Michael's website. And what's really great about this is it can create the holes and these little kind of like mushroom looking holes on any sheet of paper and any size. So depending where you put the paper, like this would be for the large, this is for the classic. You can also put it in the mini. It will punch. I'm going to just use one. This is already punched on this side, but we're just going to pretend. I'm going to go ahead and put it in, and you can just push down like this. I didn't put it in all the way. Hold on. I'm doing this, trying to hold it up, and you punch down, and it creates the holes on the side of the paper like this. that you can easily pop in and out of the planner.
Perfect. Do you know if the one with the 1, 2, 3 notes, does it come in a classic size as well?
This one is only available in the big, the 1, 2, 3 notes. I know that's one of my favorites, the happy notes. This one is available in big. I know there are other ones, not this particular color, that you can get for your classic, as well as all the different note papers. Like I know this one is specific to the big, but there's other paper that you can get that will fit the classic as well.
Perfect. I don't see any more questions in there.
Okay, great. Well, you guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I know this class was a little different because it's more just kind of showing the setup of the teacher planner, but I hope you guys got some tips, and I can't wait to see what you guys create. So be sure to use the hashtag make it with Michaels and the hashtag teacher happy planner, so that we can see what you're creating. And if you have any further questions, be sure to message me on Instagram at Mom and a Girl with Plans. And you can watch the replay of this class on the Michaels website, about 24 hours on their YouTube, as well as another 24 hours after that on their website. So thanks again so much for joining, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Sunday.
Thank you so much for
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.